An overview of Plotinus's thought, tracing degrees of unity back to the One. Is it the case, then, that for each of the things that are one as parts, its substance and the One are not the same? But for being as a whole and for substance, substance and being and the One are the same. So that the person who has found out being has also found out the One, as substance itself is the One itself. As for example, if intellect is substance, intellect is also the One, because it is primarily being and primarily one. And because it gives to other things a share in being, so too in proportion it also gives them a share in the One. For what could anyone say it is apart from those? For either it is the same as being, for man and one man are the same, or it is a kind of number of each thing. Just if you said two things, so you say the one of something on its own. If number then belongs to real beings, it is clear that the One must too, and we must seek what it is. But if counting is an activity of soul going through things sequentially, the One would not be anything concretely real. But the argument said that if each loses the One, then it will not exist at all. We must see, then, if each one and each being are the same, and being as a whole and the One are the same. But if the being which belongs to each thing is a multiplicity, and the One cannot be a multiplicity, then each will be different. Man, at any rate, an animal and rational and many parts, and these many are bound together by one. Man and one are different, then, if one has parts and the others without parts. And the whole being too, which has all the real beings in it, will be more many and other than the One. But it will have the One by sharing and participation. And being also has life, for it is certainly not a corpse. Being then is many. And if intellect is this, so also it must be many, and still more if it embraces the forms. For not even are the ideas one, but a number rather, both each and all together, and so one as the cosmos is one. But altogether the One is the first, and intellect and the forms and being are not firsts. For each form is made out of many, and is composite and later, and the elements out of which each is composed are earlier than each, and that it is not possible for the intellect to be the first will be clear from the following. It is necessary that intellect exist in thinking, and that the best intellect at best, that is, the one which does not look outside itself, thinks that which is before it. For in turning back to itself, it turns back to a beginning. And if it is what thinks and what is thought, it will be double, and not simple, and so not the One. But if it looks to another, this must be altogether to what is greater than, and before itself. But if it looks both to itself and to what is greater, even so it will be second. And we must suppose intellect to be of such a kind as to be present to the good, and the first, and to look to him. But also as to be together with itself, and to think itself, and to think itself as being all things. It is far, then, from being the One, since it is made of rich colors. So the One cannot be all things, for if so, it would no longer be one, nor even can it be intellect. For if so, it would be all things because intellect is all things, nor even being, for being is all things.